What's going on, people? Back with a bang. This is the money management, aka the wealth prince, and I thought I'd just tell you guys I have officially joined TikTok. So today I opened up my TikTok account, and I'd just like to say you guys need to make sure you go follow me at the wealth prince. You guys know the deal. But yeah, I'm about to make this video, and hopefully you guys start getting me those TikTok followers. We'll see how it goes. What's going on, people? Back with a bang. This is the money management, here to bring you guys another market recap. The first thing I'd like to say is happy Tuesday. Second thing I'd like to say is this has been a bit more of a difficult start to the week than I had expected, but as always, we're going to still continue to bounce back and make money. So here I have AMD. The reason I have AMD is because yesterday AMD was my first call out of the week, my only call out of the day yesterday, and I got it wrong. Now I want to dive into that because I want to explain something to you guys. For those of you who are in Discords, for those of you who draw trend lines, for those of you who trade options, whatever, I want to show you guys my AMD trade. This is yesterday. AMD pushed up to this 4-hour resistance zone, the top of my trend line, right here, the top of my trend line. And I'd said on Sunday's video in the weekly watch list, if AMD breaks, I think the number was 109.65, something like that. If AMD breaks that, we get in calls because we're going to fly. AMD did not break that, but I got in a little bit early. And of course, AMD got rejected at the 4-hour resistance and downtrended. So with my analysis, with my expectation, with what I had prepared, my plan, I had basically, and the indicators, I had plenty of signs and reasons to get AMD puts. Because of me being eager to get into the calls to break out of the trend line, we ended up losing money. So what's the lesson here? The lesson is clearly to pay attention to your levels. So like I said earlier, I'm just starting out with TikTok, so these are the kind of things I might be able to break down on TikTok. But here, clear trend line, right? Very clear trend line. The two white lines are drawn, up, down, up, the time is to go down. Not only is the trend line showing us that we should be going down, but there's a 4-hour resistance. There's also my level of resistance. Enough indicators, enough signals, enough signs to be going down and getting puts. That was a pretty simple trade, and honestly, I messed up on that one to start the week. It dropped $4 from yesterday to today, and one thing I do want to point out is with those kind of trades, if you do get in calls and then you see it's not working, you can get in puts, especially when you have multiple reasons to get into those puts. Yesterday, entry for puts. Today, another entry for puts, getting rejected at this resistance zone. Moving on, Walmart. I traded Walmart today. Again, I tried with the calls. Again, it ended up being puts, and very obviously puts as well. So ignore the fact that at the end of the day it ran, and the option play I traded would have actually paid off and got you some nice gains. Ignore that because we got in too early. What I want you to see and learn from my mistake is it was pushing up into this zone, it got rejected and started downtrending again. Once again, I jumped the gun. It pushed up into the zone. I thought we're going to break through and start pushing up. Look at the 15-minute chart. This will give you a clear indication of exactly what I'm talking about. Walmart started uptrending, broke above the moving average, pushed into the zone. I thought, yep, time for calls. We're going to push. The candle didn't even close inside the zone. 15-minute chart shows the pullbacks. And honestly, this was a tough trade because when it went up there, you're like, yes, it's calls. We're pushing into this zone. And then before you know it, it's breaking into the next zone. You're like, yeah, actually, it's time for puts. It never broke out of this red zone and started uptrending again towards the end of the day. And the calls I originally got around here when the stock was around 122.58, yeah, well, they would have been up about 20-30%. But the lesson here is two things. Don't get into the trade too early. Don't jump the gun. What happened at the end of the day is exactly what I had tried to get in at the beginning of the day, and exactly what I expected at the beginning of the day. It didn't happen. It's fine. We move. You have short stop losses. You have better chance of keeping your money. That's all part of it. Next up, I want to break down Baidu. This is for Face of the Greats. Shout out Face of the Greats. He's been a great member of our Discord. He's in Baidu right now. This is a nice trade. It's pushed up into this 4-hour resistance zone. I expect Baidu to push until around 151.48, 151.50. That's on a 15-minute chart. It's trending above all the moving averages. That's what I like. 1-hour chart shows, again, more potential to push up into this zone. It might pull back along the way, but again, call options for Baidu look on. Another one that we have discussed in recent weeks, BA, Boeing. And Seaward told me that Boeing actually makes the planes that Delta use. I didn't know that. Boeing has been pushing up on a 1-hour chart, fell into this 1-hour support zone, and then pushed up to this 4-hour resistance zone. I expect a downtrend towards the moving averages before another push up. That could be, honestly, that drop to the moving average before the next push up could be exactly the drop we need for a bigger move upwards. I like Boeing, long term, great company. I know we're in a pandemic and there's been a lot less traveling, but things are starting to open up again. Boeing has been uptrending for the past 2 weeks now, and that's a good sign. Keep our eyes on this, see how it pans out. Next up, we're going to go to one of my favorite sectors that I'm very bullish on at this point in time, and we're going to look at ExxonMobil. Why? Because this was an unbelievable trade. We were late, yes, but we still made money, and that's what matters. So ExxonMobil had a 4.58% green day, jumped right out of the gates. First 15 minutes or so, just shot up past my price target of $100. It pulled back towards the moving average on the 15-minute chart, as it always does, and pushed up again. Once it pulled back just after lunchtime, that was when I said, you know what, this is my entry for calls. Got into calls around 102.60, and it ended the day 103.37. The calls were up around 45% as market closed, and I was pretty proud of this trade. But as I mentioned on the live chat in the lounge in the Discord today, my expectation is it pulls back to around 102.50 before the next leg up. As always, it pays attention, close attention to the moving averages. If you look at Oxy or MRO, you see the same thing. These are all stocks in the same sector, so they do have similar movement. Let's check the daily chart so we can see exactly what I'm referring to here. And it's clear as day. The uptrend is there, and as it uptrends, it pulls back to the moving averages and pushes higher. As I said in the last video, you don't even need support and resistance zones for this. But my price target for Oxy, still $74 this week. MRO, I've stated multiple times, MRO is a company you could buy shares of and again trade options. MRO, $33.25 price target, so it still has about $1.20 to gain. And I really like all three of those because of how they've been moving over the past few weeks. As you guys know, I'm a big shareholder, heavily invested in ExxonMobil, so it's really nice to see those shares move past $100 now. I've been in that stock over a year and it's definitely paid off. Now I'm looking at SPY. This is the S&P 500 ETF. There's a similar, a sort of double bottom on the chart here, which has started pushing it up. Long term, I think we get rejected around this level and push downwards again. We are at a critical point for SPY, and as I said, I expect us to be back under 400 anytime soon. I do think that intraday you have plenty of opportunities to make money with the calls as well, because it has its nice little run-ups, as you can see, but you need to have your levels correct. Some might say that it's best to just learn SPY when you're trading, and I would say, it depends what you prefer. But if you are going to trade it, make sure you have your levels, make sure you have your zones, make sure you have your exact plan on how you're going to trade that. All right, we can't have a video where we don't talk about Tesla, so let's just quickly look at Tesla, briefly break this one down. So Tesla did manage to fall back under $700 this week, as I expected, as I mentioned, but straight away pushed up again. That $700 price point is a strong level of support for Tesla. It doesn't seem to hold under there for that long. So Tesla right now, my price target is still 729 because we've hit my price target to the downside. Now I'd say 729 is my price target to the upside. Break out of this 50-minute resistance zone and head towards the 4-hour resistance zone. I like Tesla long term. Short term, I think they've still had a lot of trouble. They're still not as far as they would like to be, as not really performing how they would have expected, looking back at the past year or two. But again, intraday opportunities are there with calls, with puts, depending on how you trade them. Watch out for the gaps up and gaps down overnight as well. Now, since we're talking about electric vehicles, let's touch on NIO, ticker symbol NIO, Chinese electric vehicle company. They have earnings tomorrow, and NIO has been steadily uptrending. So yesterday it really pushed up early, hitting highs of 1981, then dropped down overnight. But at market open today, it shot up and it finished the day up again. So NIO finished about 2.5% up on the day. And I have a feeling that tomorrow or Thursday, or even both, NIO will run up. A lot of the Chinese stocks do this thing where in anticipation of earnings, they just start pushing, they just start running. NIO had shown signs of that yesterday at market open, and again today within the first hour or two of market, and again towards the end of the day. So don't be surprised if you see this start just moving, flying past the 1980 price target and then shooting up to, I'm not even sure, highs of $20 and further. I'll definitely be looking at NEO, seeing how it pans out tomorrow. Let's have a look at a couple more stocks now. I'm going to go with Home Depot, ticker symbol HD. This one is for Face of the Greats once again. So HD, what are we looking at for HD? Okay, on the 50-minute chart, it seems to have bounced here a few times in the past week, around 298. Let's look at a daily chart, get a better overall view of what's happening. All right, seems to have fallen back below this daily support level and just below the moving averages. So honestly, if I were to look into swing this, I'll be looking at puts to the downside. I'm not sure if the potential is there for calls right now, possibly intraday, possibly scalping. That might be your best option. Let's check the 4-hour time frame. Similar story, falling below the moving averages, falling below the daily support. Let's check the 1 hour as well. 1 hour, well, it finished the day pretty strong. But like I said, I'd expect it to drop down back a few dollars to around 297. That is my opinion. And what other stock would I like to look at today? I do believe NVAX was halted today. I'm not sure why. Okay, that's been on a bit of a crazy roller coaster ride. Big drop yesterday from $51 all the way down to $41, a $10 drop. But then today, a 6% gain. Interesting. I mean, if you look at NVAX, you can also look at the old hero Pfizer, which saved many portfolios last year and did create some amazing options stories. Pfizer's been nicely uptrending on a 1 hour chart, but I'm not too interested in it. Just thought I'd pick it up because I heard that Novavax was halted today. Please correct me if I'm wrong or if anyone knows more about that. But overall, that is mainly it for today's video. As always, come check out the Discord. Make sure you guys drop a thumbs up, comment, and subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. As I mentioned at the beginning of the video, you guys know now I have TikTok. So go check that out. Be one of my first few followers. I'm still going to try and work on it to see how it works on that platform and get to grips with it. I don't know how it works, but we're going to make it happen. So make sure you guys follow my TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter, all the same name, at The Wealth Prince. And if you have not checked out the Stock Option Starter Pack, please go and check that one out. You have 10 videos there. You have access to those videos for life. One of the days I'm going to try and live stream on YouTube, so please just keep the notifications on, hit the bell so you know when I'm going live, you know when I'm uploading a video, all of the above. But once again, please show support in these videos. Thank you guys so much for watching. That's it from me. I got money to making, you got money to making. See you guys next time for another video. Peace.